this is Amy from Paper and Spool, and I'm back for my day 11, and I'm going to try to get done today 11 and 12. I haven't been great in the past couple days about trying to do these quickly, but I am I'm looking at a very busy week this week, so I'm going to try to work a little bit faster on these two here. So to start with, I have some photos printed. I have, for day 11, I'm going to be telling the story of me working on the album. So that's going to be here on day 11. And this is what I had out for day 11, just the gold number, and I have a little bit of a page here. I might not use that. And then for day 12 on the other side, I had, this, Wonder-Filled Moments, and the wooden 12 and the stars. So I'm going to see how I can work with some of these things. I'm actually going to start by switching the page protectors here. I've decided that I want the one with the top two 3x4 pockets, and I might even use this ampersand. I'm not 100% sure about that. So I'm going to take some of these supplies out, just have them nearby, and I'm going to have a little look at what I've got here. Okay, so this is like a gray snowflake pattern, and this is the bright red. This red is a little bit too much for what I'm doing in my album this year. I'm trying to stick with the green and the blue, a little bit of the pink, and then have the red be just that little accent. So I'm going to set that aside as well. This is the paper that I think I might try to use today. And then I've got this page that I've printed, I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. And this was actually, I don't know how well you can see it on the video. It's got the white words across. This was actually a free download that I found from a letterer that I follow on Instagram. Her name is Nikki Latz. And she offered 12 Days of Christmas, 12 different downloads. And you can get them all, even though it's done now, you can get them all in her Creative Market store. So I'm going to start by putting that one on this side, on the back of my day 10 list. And mostly because I'm so photo heavy in this album already, I feel that it needs a little bit of rest. So I'm just going to use that to create some rest. And then on this side, I want to do my journaling on one of these tags. This is the tag notepad from the main kit from Ali this year. And so it's a nice thick cardstock, which I like to work with. So I'm going to be putting that, I think, in the top here. And I'm going to be putting my photo for the day on the bottom. And so that's just a bit of a look at how it's all going to lay out here. I've got some ribbon that I'm thinking of using for that tag. And then I wanted to add the number here on the photo. And I could just put it like this. That actually doesn't look too bad. But I'm going to try something here with this green and blue Merry Days paper. And I've done this in the past where I just use a circle punch, but I don't punch the whole circle. I punch the half circle to kind of create that cool look. There was a half circle notepad, I believe, last year in the kit, and I didn't buy last year's kit, so I don't have it. Okay, so I'm going to go right there. I like to use my punches from the back like this rather than from the front so that I can see exactly what I'm going to end up cutting. So that turned out like I was kind of hoping it would, and if I attach it here with the 11, I'm kind of liking that. I was just going to look through here to see if I had anything that I was kind of interested in using, or really kind of invested in making sure it made it into the album, because things are going quickly now. Day 11, we don't have much time left. All of my students are fond of telling me exactly how many days there are left till Christmas, which is good and frightening at the same time. You start to go, oh my goodness, there's barely any time. I actually really like this Christmas tree. And I'm wondering if I can kind of create a little kind of embellishment cluster with the Christmas tree and the ampersand. So I'm just going to grab a piece of acetate, and I'm going to put the tree This might be one of those things that looks a little bit weird from the other side, and I'll have to decide if I'm okay with that. Okay, first I'm going to cut this down to 3x4. And then I'd love a way to bring the green onto the other side as well. So I'm kind of looking here. This one has these little green branches with the pink berries on it. And so I'm wondering if I can find a way to make it look like it was meant to be here. That looks pretty good, but now I'm starting to wonder if I shouldn't try to bring, well, it's not perfect. I don't love it sideways on this side. I like it sideways on the other side, but it covers up too much over here. Okay, I think I'll keep it here. So then I've got the green kind of coming across, and then do I still want the ampersand, or do I want to... One of the things that I was thinking is when I'm working on my album, it's usually kind of the time when I have a little bit of a coffee or an espresso or a Diet Coke with me. And so this might be kind of a fun, maybe I just want to go with that. No, that's not perfect. You get to see some of my indecision today. I can't make it work. Of course, it's because I wanted to go quickly. That's always the way it goes. When you want to work quickly, it never works out. Oh no, I think I'm gonna have to actually... I like that even better. Okay, so I'm gonna actually cut this one first. I'm gonna put this one back on the sticker sheet because I don't want to use it. If I don't want to wreck it. I'm gonna just cut another piece of 3x4 acetate here. And I think I mentioned this in the last video, or maybe day 8 as well, is that this is just the Amazon Basics transparency paper that you can buy for your printer. It's nothing special. You could even do the same look or effect with the with a page protector that you've cut off. You can cut down the plastic, or even just packaging from embellishments is a good way to get some plastic if you need some as well. So I'm going to slide this one back in here. I actually really like that. Now I'm just going to tuck one thing. I don't know if any of you have noticed, I was kind of starting to notice a trend myself, is that I started the foundation pages with a lot of mix and match numbers, and I'm kind of gravitating more and more towards using the same number, these white ones from the main kit throughout, instead of all of the variety that I kind of had going. And one thing that I'm just going to try here, I'm going to look and see, don't have a great option. I once had an art teacher who told me we all self-edit, and if you have something in your work that you don't like, eventually you will kind of self-edit it out to what you truly actually want, which I thought at the time was a bit of a BS way to say, oh, if you don't like it, you'll eventually change it, because I felt that I didn't always do that. But I do find in some ways that is slightly true. I was just looking to see if I colored this red, would I like it better? Which is especially ironic after me talking about how I'm trying to avoid tons and tons of red. I think I might leave it white. I think I might go with the white embellishment, or with the white number there. I'm going to keep this. I do like the look of that half circle. I might just trim it down a little bit so that it's not quite as big. Just take half an inch off, quarter of an inch off. And then I think what I'm going to do, I think there was actually a white. Okay, so I'm going to stamp the date on here, and this is just the Ali Edwards rolling date stamp, or rolling time stamp. And I like to use it for dates when I don't require the year. And in this project, I am planning on putting the year at the front. So I'm not going to be needing a reminder on every page what the year is. And the reason that I don't do the years, this one has like a little icon on the end, so you can't actually get it to do the full year. It's meant for a time, but I use the slash so that it looks more like a date. And then I'll add my journaling on the top here. So I wrote here, I have loved working on my December daily album this year and have been bitten by the YouTube bug. I've been updating my channel almost every day, and the comments and viewers are so amazing. What a great community. Has been fun making new friends and connecting in new ways. So people that I've been like Instagram friends with for a really long time, suddenly now we're like updating to YouTube at the same time, and it's just a totally different way of connection. It's really, really fun, and there's been some very extremely kind words from so many of you. So I really thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this such a fun experience this year. Last year I did upload to YouTube a little bit. I had a harder time shooting process videos last year because my son wasn't in kindergarten, so it was a little bit more challenging. And I really kind of lost steam at day 11. I think I got up to day 11 last year. And I have no feelings of slowing down or that I need to take it easy this year. I'm feeling like I've got plenty of energy to make it to the end of this project. We'll see if that is true in a week or so. So there's the look at day 11 with the big quote on this side, and then the tag and a couple of stickers to tie it all together from the Merry Days collection. And then I'm going to flip over to the back here, and what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to move this today over to here, and I'm going to make it the same shape as the tag, but I'm not going to cut the hole in it. I don't want the ribbon to go all the way through to this side. I'm just going to make it tag shaped. I am very unscientific when it comes to making tag shapes. That's about as close as it gets to being careful for me. And then what I did is down at the bottom, I actually printed 2 3x4 photos, but I didn't slice them apart in the middle because I'm going to put them here in the 4x6 pocket. And you've seen me do this already once in the album when I don't actually have a 4x6 to work with. It's the easiest way to like to kind of change the layout of the pocket protector without changing it so that you can work with what you had on the day previous. Because I find that sometimes that's the biggest challenge when you're working in the pocket protectors, because you don't have a way to do that. And so this is a story about Max had a little snow shovel last year that he loved so much, but it was broken, and so he needed a new one, and Chris took him out and bought a new one, and he just loves it. He loves cleaning off the rink. He loves doing all sorts of stuff. So I'm planning on using this 12 here, and I was planning on using this star, but I don't love, it's not high contrast enough for me. Like, it's not bringing in enough color. So I'm gonna see if I can find, I have these chipboard stars from, well, they're stars and circles and squares. So I was just gonna check to see if there might be something here that would work. Kind of love this, a super normal December day. That's kind of a good fit. Full of blessings, delight in the spirit, a little too much nog. No, that's not right. Ho, 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 also not quite right. So I think I'm gonna pull this one out and we'll try to incorporate, oh, maybe we'll try to do something up there. Now, one thing that I am thinking of doing yet, because now I have this on the back, because you can see through, and it's not, I don't have another sticker that's the obvious back side, and there's nothing really perfect for what I've got going on here, I don't think. Well, that 'tis the season is close, but it's not really what I'm going for here on this side. So I think what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna look through my stash here and see if I've got another transparency that can maybe kind of sit in there behind that sticker and not detract too much from it. And I could go with vellum for this, but I think that this one here will kind of look like snow. And we've had a lot of snow and rain this season. I don't know what's up with the rain here, but it rained almost all day yesterday, which is really treacherous. Once we've got the walkways cleared, then it rains, and then you're slipping and sliding all over the place. So I find that, oh, this one has one of those protective sheets. Let me pull that off. I find that this minimizes the look for me. If I put a transparency there, I'm not as focused on that, and then putting something on top of that will probably feel okay. Although I'm not exactly loving this. This shape sticks out a little bit too much, so I'm just gonna check and see what else I have here. These are nice, but not, oh, I like this kind of like happy home one. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna work on the bottom half here while I think about that top and see what we can do about that. Now, I think that this is still gonna need something. It needs like a little pop of color. It doesn't quite have enough on its own. And I'm gonna just have a little look here and see what I've got left. I've got a green, a bright green. I am almost out of these stars, which is really, really sad. Need some more. Oh, I kind of love the look of that, just layered together. And maybe I'll just center that. So I'm gonna put some red line tape on this. Because I have the star sitting on top of the wood veneer, I'm actually gonna adhere this one underneath the page protector because I feel that that will provide the most protection for it. So this card ended up being slightly awkward with that line down the middle, which I think was probably like so that you could kind of break up your day and that kind of thing. So, and I also felt like this spread was really lacking in color. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna take, this is a stamp from Ally, and orange ink to match the orange of the shovel so that I can kind of get a little bit more color across the spread without worrying too much about, I don't have any orange supplies for December Daily, like I have literally nothing in that color. And so I'm not having to worry about that. And it gets me that shot of color that I was hoping for. And also kind of creates that connection with the story that's down at the bottom. So that's kind of where I think I'm going to be. And I've got one of these, and I think that this might be, with the green, a good fit. So that'll bring my greens down, and then my oranges are connecting here as well. It's not perfect, it's not a great, but it's good enough for me. It's not a great design. It's not the best design I've ever done. It's not the worst design I've ever done, but it's what's gonna work for us for now. So there we go. We've got a little look at 12 on this side, 11 on this side. Thanks so much for joining me. Next time I'm going to be working on day 13 and trying to incorporate our family Christmas card into the spread. So I hope that you'll join me back here for day 13. Thanks.